Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move that the call of the House be lifted.
Representative Murphy moves that the call of the House be lifted. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion prevails.
And, Mr. Speaker,
Representative Murphy.
I move that the House waive Rule 1.50 to allow the House to meet past midnight.
Representative Murphy moves. Representative Doubt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would Representative Murphy yield for a question?
She will.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. And Representative Murphy, could you give us an idea of what the game plan is here? It's my understanding we just have one concurrence, and not thinking that should go past midnight. Are we planning to recess, or what are we thinking?
Representative Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Representative Doubt, we do have a concurrence. We've had a lot of questions on concurrences tonight, so perfunctory, and we will move at a recess to the call of the chair.
Representative Doubt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would she yield for one more question?
She will yield. Representative Doubt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Representative Murphy, are you thinking we're hearing some rumors that might be recessing until tomorrow morning early, before 7 o'clock? Is that what we're thinking, or maybe a couple of hours?
Representative Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Representative Doubt, members, we are contemplating our options.
Representative Doubt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would ask for a roll call on this motion.
Representative Doubt requests a roll call. Seeing 15 hands, there will be a roll call. Seeing no further discussion, the clerk will take the roll. Clerk will close the roll.
68.
Abler votes no. There being 69 ayes and 56 nays, the motion prevails.
Message from the Senate, Mr. Speaker. This is the Simon motion. Mr. Speaker, I hereby announce the passage by the Senate of the following House file herewith returned as amended by the Senate, in which amendment the concurrence of the House is respectfully requested. House File 681, an act relating to civil actions.
Representative
Simon moves that the House refuse to concur in the Senate amendments to House File 681, and that the Speaker appoint a conference committee of 3 members of the House to meet with a like committee appointed by the Senate.
Representative Simon.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. This is the motion on House File 681, which is the Child Victims Act. As you remember, last week we had the debate on the floor, or I think it was week before last. And this is the bill. It went off this floor with a vote of 115 to 7. I thank you for your support. We are going to have to go, I think, to conference with the Senate over one issue, and it's an issue, if you may remember, that Representative Holberg discussed in particular. I've had a discussion with her about this earlier. I see she's not on the floor right now, but we did have an extensive discussion earlier today, she and I. If you recall, members, the issue was how to treat juveniles under this bill. And under the bill, as it passed out of this body, it contained an amendment that had been adopted in an earlier committee stop at the request of one or more members that did not change current law as to juveniles. In other words, it kept the statute of limitations, meaning you can sue until age 24 if the individual perpetrator was a juvenile. And Representative Holberg felt that was not right for various reasons that she expressed. And the Senate bill more or less reflects her view on that subject. The House, of course, has a different position, and I am hoping, and the Senate is hoping, that we can find some common ground on this. It's probably not going to please everyone, but we want to see if we can come to some agreement on something that can at least satisfy people, more people, on that particular issue. So that's really the single reason why I think we need to go to conference. So I ask your support on the motion not to concur, so we can, out of respect to Representative Holberg and others, as I promised on the House floor, that we can go to conference and see what we can come up with.
Representative Doubt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Representative Simon. I think that sounds great.
Seeing no further discussion, all in favor of the motion to refuse to concur, say aye. All opposed, no. Motion prevails. Announcement by the Speaker.
Announcement by the Speaker. The Speaker announces appointment of the following members of the House to a conference committee on House File 681. Simon, Winkler, and Abler.
Representative Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I am going to be moving a recess to the call of the chair, and I would expect members to be back at 5:30 in the morning. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I would move a recess to the call of the chair.
Representative Dowd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And GOP members will just have a brief caucus upstairs immediately following the recess.
Okay. Representative Murphy moves a recess to the call of the chair. All in favor say aye. All opposed, no. The motion prevails. We are in recess. We stand in recess to the call of the chair.